Alright bros, it's Tina Bagman. In this video, I really want to talk about this guy. It's Carnivore Diet, the truth about gut health, what about fiber. You're going to find out what happened to this guy's God. Yeah, I watched a little bit of this video, but it's interesting because I know a lot of people that ended up like this. So this is something to learn. His name is Kent Carnivore, so he's got quite a bit of subs on this channel. Guess Carnivore's
would begin because I have no part of my colon. Right, I had an ileostomy surgery, so small intestine attaches to the ileum, comes out into the bag. I've been on the carnivore diet now for over 15 months, and that is a consequence of my lifestyle, diet mostly. So where my bag starts is where my colon would begin because I have no part of my colon.
We missed that part. He's going to show you a shit bag. He ended up with a shit bag vegan diet. Watch.
Right, I had an ileostomy surgery, so small intestine attaches to the ileum, comes out into the bag. I've been on the carnivore diet now for over 15 months, and that is a consequence of my lifestyle, diet mostly. Think about this for a second. Have you ever found any meat in your stool? I always believed that plant foods were really healthy for us and that we actually needed to consume things like fruits and vegetables, whole grains, and just plants in their whole form, right, intact. That way they come with the fiber. And fiber is really important for promoting all-round gut health, so a healthy gut microbiome and regular healthy bowel movements and so on and so forth. I also believe that...
Did you also believe that the toxins and the sugar were good for you in there too? The oxalates and everything? How did you filter those out, eh? Yeah. How'd you get to the nutrients if it's anti-nutrient? And they're toxic, these plants. How'd you deal with that?
Things like red meat was actually a problem and could promote...
How could something toxic be healthy for you?
The complete opposite. So it's hard to digest, it's highly inflammatory, promotes constipation, and we should just...
Meat is like that? Oh, because you're going off beliefs. See, he believed that vegetables were healthy for them, and then he believed that meat was unhealthy for him. That's funny. How could you believe something that is healthy for you is not healthy and something that is unhealthy is healthy? How is that possible? How did he come to that conclusion?
Moderate it. Be careful how frequently you're consuming things like red meat. Well, I've been on the carnivore diet now for over 15 months, and this right here is nearly 7 years old. And that is a consequence of my lifestyle, diet mostly. Leading up to that point, I was actually on...
Yeah, he was eating plant-based diet, and that's what's going to happen to you. I know another person that got that too. They got a shit bag because of that. They were eating this herbivore diet. Yeah.
A plant-based diet. You could call it a plant-based diet. I was consuming...
Plant-based, man-made, engineered, plant-based diet, yes.
Probably 70-75% plants. Every meal seemed to be based around grains, porridge oats in the morning, whole grain sandwiches for lunch, whole grain pasta, brown rice, and then I would accompany things like vegetables, a little bit of lean meat, lean fish. I wasn't vegan, but I mostly ate plants, and I was compulsive about consuming things like, tomatoes and peppers, mushrooms, onions. I made sure that my dish was quite colourful, and obviously that didn't work.
Yes, I made it all colorful and beautiful. It looked pretty and cute and everything, but I didn't investigate what I was putting in my mouth. I simply put it in there without any thought because someone somewhere over the rainbow, the ocean, told me they were healthy too. We all make this mistake over the ocean, da 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 da. 'Cause we're off to see the wizard, the wonderful Wizard of Oz. Because all the wonderful things he does, da 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 da. We're off to see our government because of all the wonderful things they do. Yes, like poison us.
I actually had a lot
and enslave us.
Of inflammation in my colon. Just to run through a brief history of my health, I started to struggle in 2012. I got my diagnosis back. I had ulcerative colitis. The doctor said increase fruits and vegetables, have...
Well, he told him already he was being poisoned by these fruits and vegetables, his doctor. What did he do? He told him to increase it. He was getting unhealthy, eating fruits and vegetables. He said, man, you got to eat more of them and try to get healthier. Okay. What does he do? He ups it. Yes.
Whole grains, brown rice instead of white rice, brown bread instead of white bread, all this kind of stuff.
Change that, fucking toxic shit for the other toxic shit, right?
And so I did. It wasn't until 2014 that I was actually now taking medication for my ulcerative colitis because it had actually gone worse. I wanted to try and fix my problem.
How could food make you crippled? I thought it was supposed to be healthy for you.
And at least least try and make my life easier, you know. And so I listened to the doctors.
All these vegan cult people and vegans, they all say this is the healthy diet. Isn't it healthy? How could it destroy your diet?
I ate more fiber, I consumed more plants, and I ended up losing my entire colon.
Cellulose is really hard to break down. Well, unless you're an animal like a cow.
I recovered, I went back to work, trying to accept this whole new situation, the way I looked, just the feeling of it all. I actually fell into a deep depression. And it wasn't until I stumbled across Michaela Peterson's anecdote where she was talking about how she cured her depression, she cured her autoimmune disease.
Yeah, she cured all her problems by eating what you're supposed to be eating, your natural diet, carnivore diet.
She had multiple problems, but she cured the lot by...
You see what the Matrix is really all about? What is the Matrix? To enslave and imprison you. Keep you in this... Keep you guessing. You understand me? That's what it's all about.
Going on an all red meat diet. So straight away it's kind of like, oh, that's strange. You know, it's the opposite of everything we've been told, all the advice, you know, you quick Google search or what your doctor tells you. I was desperate and I thought,
yeah, it's all the opposite of what your doctors and everybody's telling you. It's the opposite, bro.
The hell, I'm going to try this. The very first day my acid reflux went. 1 week went by, all my skin conditions improved by 50%. 3 weeks in, my skin was like clear, my acne in my back had gone, my teeth were better, no wax in my ears, my energy was way up, my sleep was up, depression gone, like completely gone. Then I started to create this YouTube channel.
Gee, I wonder why that is. I wonder why you got so healthy eating meat when it's so unhealthy. That's why I laugh about people in my neighborhood. I always walk around and I go, hey, eating a healthy lifestyle, eh? Me, I see them in canes and walkers, and they're running around in these machines. I say, hey, getting exercise today. I make fun of them. And I walk around and I just go, yes, I'm so unhealthy because I'm eating such an unhealthy diet, the carnivore diet, yes. And all you are eating healthy. That's why you're so healthy. Running around with these walkers and canes and everything because you're so healthy. They're all falling apart and everything because they're so healthy. They're eating healthy diet, yes.
Right, start learning and uploading videos and this kind of stuff. And this is the interesting thing with me is because I have a bag and I've eaten both a plant-based diet, even since having this bag after my surgery, and eating a carnivorous diet with no plants in the diet whatsoever, I can actually tell you the difference in terms of how food breaks down, how food doesn't break down, the inflammation, the gas, the bloatedness, the obstructions, all this kind of stuff. So where my bag starts...
Yeah, that's inflammation and it causes damage in your body. It comes with diseases and everything else. That's what caused you this problem, the bag and all that, yeah. All the symptoms that you were getting were metabolic diseases, neurological, and I don't know, some other diseases there. But whatever, they were all caused by this. They were coming out one by one. And then they all disappeared when you stopped doing that, damaging things to your body. The inflammation starts with the inflammation. Once the inflammation starts, that's when all the problems start. Yeah, they come after that.
Is where my colon would begin because I have no part of my colon. Right, I had an ileostomy surgery. So small intestine attaches to the ileum, comes out into the bag. So I can see.
So he basically destroyed himself and his health by eating something that he considered was healthy. How about that, eh?
Exactly what state food is in as it would enter my old colon or anyone's colon. In my mind, you know, I thought red meat, that's going to be an issue, right? But think about this for a second, and I know that this is a funny topic, but have you ever found any meat in your stool? Have you ever found a chunk of...
Me, I was intelligent enough. I tried eating a lot of these. I've done it through the past. Didn't even know and understand it. But yeah, me too. I was in that box. I thought it was healthy. Yeah, vegetables, whatever. Didn't really consider that. But when I started upping them during COVID, I discovered they made me sick. And anything that makes me sick, I do a 360 turn really fast. And I try to discover what is making me sick and crippled, and why can't I lift these weights? They're so hard to lift. It's so difficult to run. It's so hard to move my legs. I'm having all these issues and problems, like I'm slow, I'm not moving fast, and all these things, because a lot of it is food, your diet, bro. It's just destroying the shit out of you.
Beef, or a piece of bacon, or chicken leg, a prawn, doesn't exist. And I can tell you for a fact that does not happen because I wear a bag. I can actually see, because I empty this thing multiple times a day. I can feel the bag, you know, no offense to anyone. And I can honestly tell you that all animal products, right, even red meat, they are all broken down entirely within our very acidic stomach acid.
Yeah.
Our stomach acid is more acidic than dogs.
That's right.
And you see what the dogs eat. So all of this animal-based stuff is completely broken down in the stomach acid to the point where it's liquefied.
Well, dogs got a smaller belly than you. They don't, they don't consume as much as you do. As a human, you're a larger animal.
It's genuinely like liquefied. If I was on a carnivorous diet and I had a colon, obviously it would be less liquidy. It would kind of stodge itself up, but you wouldn't have any material. There's no texture to it as such. Think about now plants, right? You find plants in your poop. You can actually see, if you just swallow pieces of sweet corn, carrot and peas and stuff.
Yeah, because you can't digest them. They're undigestible.
Stuff like that. They're still there intact, right? It does not change. And the funny thing is that when you have a colon, which I did, right, you don't notice this stuff because it's kind of condensed and solidified in your colon. By the time you go to the toilet, you just wipe, you might have a look, I don't know, you flush and it's done. You don't see a lot of what's going on. Plants, that stuff, however you finish chewing it, it doesn't change from that point onwards. Red meat, it's a breeze. Your stomach acid is very efficient at breaking down and liberating all the amino acids, the fatty acids. We then start to uptake those nutrients in the small intestine, and it's very easy on the system. I create very little.
That's unless you've already destroyed your gut. You're going to have a hard time. Yeah, definitely. But yeah, other than that, you should be fine.
Gas and wind in the bag, right? Doesn't really happen so much. When I was eating plants, my bag filled up with air like I was blowing it up like a balloon. So we are just not designed to eat the rate of plant matter that apes eat and ruminant animals eat. Just other primates, etc. Herbivores, they have larger cecums, they have larger colons, their teeth are dead flat. They actually ferment the fiber and they're nourished by fats. Only ruminant animals, in fact, can digest cellulose, and humans don't. So it's not that that's a benefit. That's going to cause inflammation, potentially. It's also going to block nutrients, because it gets in the way of uptake of nutrients.
That's right.
So, okay, what's good about it? Well, once it's in the gut, the bacteria can feed on the fiber, and then that generates short-chain fatty acids. So that's the benefit, right? We generate short-chain fatty acids, and that promotes gut health and increases, healthy biota. Right, cool. But is there another way of getting that benefit? Or is that exclusive to fiber? Well, actually, there is another way of getting that benefit. When you only eat meat or a very sensible ketogenic diet, you're going to be in ketosis. When you are eating lots of fatty acids and amino acids and you don't have any plant material, the bacteria in our gut can feed on those and generate the same beneficial short-chain fatty acids.
Of course, but your doctors don't want to tell you that because they make a business off your misery and sickness and illnesses, get it? And so do the toothpaste companies, the pharmaceutical companies, and the health food store, and everybody. They don't want you to know that. Come on, man. You think a charlatan who's selling you a fake program wants you to know that? He doesn't want you to know the truth or expose any of that. Come on, man.
So we don't need fiber. It's gone. It's debunked. Fiber's a fallacy. I hate to break it to people, but you don't have to feel constipated anymore. You don't have to feel bloated. And the funny thing is that today, if someone goes down to the doctor with ulcerative colitis or Crohn's disease, diverticulitis even, and all these problems, they will tell you to increase fiber still. And actually, that is the complete opposite of what they should do. I lost my colon.
Yep, they're going to poison you, man.
I became depressed, and ironically, I found the diet that would have prevented this whole thing. But I am grateful. I feel fantastic.
Well, you found out too late. It's unfortunate. You should have found out a little bit early, but at least you found out now before it's completely too late. You were on the verge of actually dying.
Like I say, my energy's up. All my problems have gone. I don't have any complaints. I can't think of any complaints that I have, right? It's great. I love my food more than ever, but it's a healthy relationship. I'm addressing hunger.
Anyways, my friends, I'm going to let you go at that. I just wanted to share that with you. Just these experiences of people just goes to show you we are carnivores, my friend. I'll see you in the next video. Don't let anybody fool you otherwise, tell you otherwise. You are a carnivore. And if you keep doing this behavior, you're going to go on a path of destruction. I'll see you in the next one. Ciao, my friends.